Look who got a passport size cover. And we're going to talk all about her and the notebooks I have inside because as you can see, I don't have my comment planner in there and I have a story. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So first of all, let's admire this beautiful cover. I know you see her, she's new. This is an Aura Estelle vegan leather cover. She is a beautiful cover. She is textured, as you can see. I'm trying to get as close and personal as possible. And she has a chunky strap. There's also a pocket in the front. I don't know if you can see that. I have stickers there. I have an ollie clip on here just to kind of like add to the design. And then this comes with strings, but I felt like those strings were very thick, and I'm going to talk about what happened with this. And I'm going to share just, honest thoughts, opinions, and things like that, but as well as share how excited I am about this new little setup. So I have some bunnies here from Sweet Freckle Designs. I don't want to take them out because they're made out of like, very thick paper, so I don't kind of want to bend them. This is a card from my minimal planner. This is from Planning with Aloe. It's a laminate. I have that there. This gratitude card is from Wildly Noted, and then this bow is so cute. It's from Tool and Twine Co. And I was like, this is just perfect. I'm gonna put it right here in the front pocket. So that is that. Next thing, I am going to take out my notebooks, and I also got to remember that these strands are attached. So I'm just going to pull these out. Okay, this is what the inside looks like, and I believe this cover is $59.99 or $69.99. I'm not an affiliate and I am not getting paid for this. This is not sponsored at all. I purchase things with my own money when I want something, and then I just use it and I share my experience, and that is that. This is my hobby, so I just love sharing my hobby and kind of having my own little community to talk about things with, but nothing more. So these strings right here are from the Travelers Company. And the reason I put these on is because the strings that it came with, I felt were too thick. And that would easily cause like an issue with these little holes here. I feel they had like a backing, but I noticed with the thick string, it was already starting to come off. So that is something I'm going to share because you can see it, but it was coming like the backing. It's just, kind of like, a little material that they have there to give it an extra layer, but it was already like coming, like threading off. So I think that was because those strings are so thick. So I decided to use Travelers Company strings, and this was perfect. Now, learning how to put this on is also something, if you don't know how to do it, it's hard. So I had to watch a video, and then I did the best I could. And I can't even tell you how I did this because I know I just went one up, one down, but I had a double loop one side and double loop the other side to make this come here in the middle. That's how I can explain it. But there are plenty of videos sharing how to do that. I'm not a pro, so I'm not going to give that video. Then there's side pockets here that I could stick things in, or if I want to stick a notebook in, but I don't. I just want to put my little comment planners in here. And then what I'm going to do is go back and put this on. So I'm going to take this and put it on the first one. And this is more like a protective layer, so that way the front of my notebook does not get damaged. So that's what I do. And then I'm going to take the next string, not the one with the tie, or that's tied, but I'm going to take the next one here. See? That comes up, and I'm just gonna push this right through. And then if I get another notebook, I will put it right here, which I am. So that's that. And then I just use these to kind of place where I am. So there goes that. So I know you're probably wondering, or you probably see like, oh, she has new notebooks. What happened to her common planner? She's still using it. I still have a common planner system. Yes, I do. But remember how I bought the Sterling Ink common planner? You see this one? You remember this one. She's beautiful. This Sweet Freckle Design notebook holds up very well because you could see that everything is still glued and binded, secured. Okay, it doesn't matter what I was doing with this notebook, it stayed. With the Sterling Ink Common Planner, basically what happened was I was creating pages and I messed up on putting the washi tape and a sticker on a page, and I did it in a way that I didn't like it. It wasn't the way I set it up. And so I had to like take it off, and I ripped the paper. So then I was like, oh my goodness, I just ripped it. It just went from one side to the other. So I decided to take out a couple of pages, right? And when I did that, it kind of detached from here, and I think I did it too rough. So I think I did it to myself, and that's what happened. So I just got frustrated, and I was like, you know what? I'm not going to get another one. I'm just going to use what I have. And that's basically what I'm doing. I'm using what I have. So these are Traveler's Notebook Passport sized grid, dot grid. They have different kinds, plain notebooks. You could purchase them on Amazon. You could purchase them anywhere that you have or they sell Traveler's Notebooks, right? But for me, Amazon is accessible like most people. And I know it's a hit or miss with everyone. So let's get into it. So now I have my Traveler's Notebook here, and this is all dedicated to, not really all dedicated, but I'm going to show you what I'm doing. So I am reading this, and as you can see, there are notes upon page flags upon highlight. There's even, you know, tabs at the top. Like, she is tabbed, right? So far, I think I'm on page like 200, right? Or further than that. Yeah, further than that. So 218. Okay, I'll just leave it right there. 218. Let's say I'm on 218, right? So I have been reading that book. Love that book. So I decided to start this off as my common planner. It is a common planner, but I'm using what I'm reading to write down quotes, to write down text, and to create things. And I also have things that I got from sticker shops. So this is from Plan Dream Live, and I have her little note here. So I stuck it in front because I just love that. And I loved her personalized message. It was so cute. Thank you so much, by the way, for that. Then I decorated the front, again, starting in the month that I was supposed to start in. And I just put it in the front, right? So I put August, right? But at the same time, I was just like, you know what? I'm just going to put a little blurb here with what happened August, and it was like a blur, right? And then going right into September. And as you can see, this is all inspired by Fourth Wing. I wanted to create that dark academia meets Divergent meets Hunger Games meets, you know, Daenerys Targaryen, who is a dragon rider queen, right? So let's just go there. So I have Fourth Wing, and then I put down the date I started reading it. So I started reading it on the 26th, and I'm already up to 218 pages. Not bad. And I have a library card here, and basically I am writing down when I was reading this book, right? I think this is so cute. I'm going to see if I could find more of these little library cards somewhere. Some shop has to sell them. And I think every time I have a new book that I'm reading, I'm just going to put the dates that I read. Love it. So this is an introduction. This is very Commonplace specific. So this is like a reading Commonplace notebook, right? So I have Mira here. This was a sticker that I felt like, okay, this is giving Mira vibes, right? With the long hair, the eyes. It's just missing the silver right here at the end, right? And then I write a quote from the book, right? And I wrote, Mira, Violet deals with more pain before lunch than you do in an entire week. And for me, I was like, oh, this is from her mother, right? Their mother. And if you're not reading that book, you probably are like, what are you saying? But that's a quote. And then I write a little blurb about Mira and how she sees herself and the reflection, and her just kind of saying how she's not strong and she's not fierce and she's not like her sister, and the way her mother sees her. And then I put a book bag here because they were talking about the book bag. The first thing you hear is about her book bag and her having a hard time picking up her own book bag. Then here I wrote about Rhiannon. This is another character. And I put shoes here because, if you all know, she gave her one of her boots and switched so that way she wouldn't slip on the parapet, which is something that they do before they even get inside. Then I jump into another pinnacle point of the book where she's climbing up trees to get berries, and she listens in on a conversation among other rebellion relics, another spoiler. And she is caught, right? Basically by one of the main characters. And then he confronts her. So I put this here, like another dark academia connecting it. A big connection here, right? And I love this. And then this is what I imagined she looked like when she came down. Like, oh my goodness. And then this is a blurb about that. This is when she finally beats several courses and she does presentation so well. And this is all about that. I don't want to go into it because I don't want to reveal too many spoilers. I will have a video though discussing the Fourth Wing and Assistant to the Villain once I'm done. And then I have quotes here that I felt were really powerful in the book. And then I put a backing here. And then I did kind of like a drawing of the 4 wings, first, second, and third, fourth wing, flame, tail, claw, and then the squads, breaking everything down. And of course, here is another collage. This is supposed to be Mira carrying her rucksack or book bag over a mirror representing self-reflection, her checklist of how she's going to become a dragon rider, quotes here, and things like that. So that is how I'm using this. And I think I'm going to continue filling this up. Now, this Fourth Wing is not going to take up this entire book. Of course not. But I actually really love this. It's like a mini bullet journal of, you know, what I'm reading. But I love that this is a common planner because I get to put what pages I'm getting these quotes from. I get to respond to the writing. I get to take things in and write them down. So I absolutely love this. And then this is going to be the same thing. I'm going to have my guide here in the back, and I'm just going to write down quotes and things. And this is how I'm going to use that one. So that is basically my set, and I'm really excited about that. I love that this is portable, and I love that I could just basically snap it, and then all I have to do is whenever I'm reading, if I find a quote or something, I'm not gonna write it in the books first. I'm gonna take like a sticky note, like one of these or one of these, put down the page and the quote, so that way if it does capture me, when I kind of create a spread relating to the story, it's going to go in here. And still, like I said, this is going to follow the same pattern of common planning with all my categories and things like that. So believe it or not, yes, you can have a reading common planner. It's like a mini reading bullet journal, and I love it. And as for this cover, she's gorgeous. She's giving what she has to give. And even though these, you know, little second layering kind of is threading up, I don't mind that because it's a reinforcement. It's not visible. It's literally right there. And I think for the price, this is really, really valuable. I love it. She's good quality, and I am so in love with this. So I really appreciate you watching the video. If you want to hear my thoughts on the Fourth Wing or Assistant to the Villain, you can watch my next video, and I probably will have a poll up on my channel talking about if you want me to discuss any books I'm reading. And as you can see here, same thing, like tabbed, written in, just everything. So just let me know. Thanks so much for watching, and until next time, bye-bye.